Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dears. Welcome back. We will be discussing today what is philosophy. So let's begin. Tell me if this sounds familiar. Someone asks you a difficult question about life, about right and wrong, about reality. You pause, think deeply, and then say, well, my philosophy is we all do this. We all have a philosophy. But the question is, very few people ask, what exactly is philosophy? Not in the casual everyday sense, but seriously as a discipline, as a method of thinking, as a way of engaging with reality. Today we will be discussing what philosophy is, and this is what this video is about. Let's start with the word itself. What this word philosophy means. This is not just a historical question. The origin of the word tells us something essential, the spirit of the discipline. Philosophy as a word came from ancient Greek language, where philos means love or close friendship, while sophia means wisdom. So together it means love of wisdom. In ancient Greek, a lover of wisdom was not limited to one field. A wise businessman was a philosopher, a wise carpenter was a philosopher. Philosophy had a wholeness approach. It was about wisdom applied to all life. The word philos specifically refers to a special kind of love, not romantic love, but close friendship. And this leads to a fascinating idea, one that some scholars hold very seriously. Philosophy is not a subject, it is an activity. We do not learn philosophy the way we learn a list of facts. We do philosophy the way we do friendship. You do not study friendship from a textbook and you become a friend. You engage with your friend, you listen, you question, you care, you invest in friendship. The philosophers does the same with wisdom. They do not simply collect it, they pursue it actively, restlessly, and with genuine love. Let's look at this familiar sense of philosophy, the one we all use in everyday life. When someone say, my philosophy is to be always honest, or my philosophy is to work hard and trust in God. This is the common sense of philosophy. It refers to a personal set of beliefs, attitude, values about life. In Urdu, we might say, मेरा falsafa ये है. This is philosophy is having. You have a philosophy the way you have an opinion. But, and this is the most important point, this common sense philosophy is not enough for us to study things seriously and critically. So Haga 2014 makes a crucial distinction. Philosophy is mere having, it is the informal level, and philosophy is doing is the professional level. The difference. Doing philosophy requires skills of argumentation, techniques of analysis, and disciplined thinking. It is not enough to say, I believe this. A philosopher must ask, why do I believe this? Is it logical? What are the implications? What are the counter arguments? That shift from having a belief to critically examining it is the shift from common sense philosophy to professional philosophy. Now let's discuss the professional sense of philosophy. How do scholars formally define it? Reitling 2001 offers two complementary definitions. Philosophy is a reflection upon the varieties of human experience. Philosophy is the rational, methodical, and systematic consideration of those topics of greatest concern to man. Two key facts emerge from these definitions. One, philosophy is a reflective activity. It thinks about things, not just with things. The second, philosophy has no fixed subject matter of its own. It is a method of thinking that can be applied to any field. This is why philosophy branches into so many subdisciplines. Philosophy of nature, what is the physical world? Philosophy of mind, what is consciousness? Philosophy of law, what makes law just. Philosophy of art, what makes something beautiful. And most relevant to us, philosophy of language, what is meaning? How does language relate to reality? Notice the pattern. Whenever human beings think seriously, ask something about something, science, law, art, language, religion, philosophy follows it. It asks the deeper questions at deep level. Science tells us how things work. Philosophy asks why that matters and what it means. Now let's discuss three modes of doing philosophy. From the professional sense of philosophy, three distinct modes or ways of doing philosophy have emerged. Understanding these three modes will help you recognize what kind of philosophical thinking is happening whenever you encounter it in a text, in a debate, or in your own research. The three modes are critical mood, speculative mood, and analytic mood. Mood 1, critical philosophy. Quentin defines philosophy is thinking about thinking. 2005. This captures the second order character of philosophy. First order thinking. For example, I believe the economy is struggling. Now, what is second order thinking? Why do I believe this? What assumptions am I making? Is my reasoning valid? Philosophy operates at this second level. It asks about how we think. Critical philosophy asks, are our beliefs logically consistent? Are our arguments valid? Are our assumptions justified? For example, a student writes an essay arguing that social media cause depression. A philosopher do not ask whether it is true or not. They ask what we mean by cause, what is depression, what kind of evidence would prove this right or wrong. So critical philosophy is essentially disciplined intellectual honesty. It is the refusal to accept any idea, even comfortable one, without serious examination. The second, speculative philosophy. C.D. Broad says it takes the results of all sciences, aids insight from religion and ethics, and reflects on the whole, seeking general conclusion about the nature of the universe and humanity place in it. The philosopher is editor of the universe. Imagine all human knowledge, science, religion, history, art, ethics as separate articles in a journal. The speculative philosopher is the editor who tries to bring them together in one coherent publication, the Journal of the Universe. The goal is to build a consistent, complete picture of reality, not just fragments. Think of Islamic scholars like Al-Ghazali, Ibn Rushdi, they all did exactly the same. They took theology, science, ethics, and logic and tried to weave them into one unified understanding of existence. That is speculative philosophy at its finest level. Speculative philosophy is ambitious, perhaps dangerously so, but Broad's point is equally valid. It is just as dangerous to stay trapped in fragments of human experience without ever asking how they fit together as a whole. The third mood, analytic philosophy. Analytic philosophy shifts the focus entirely from one angle to the other. Philosophy is accomplished when language analysis is successful. It is its essence. Only two kinds of statements are meaningful. Truth of logic, all bachelors are unmarried. It is true by definition. Empirically verifiable statements, water boils at 100 centigrade. It is testable by experiment. If a statement cannot be verified logically or empirically, the critical philosophers reject it. This means large areas of traditional philosophy, metaphysics, aesthetics, religion, ethics were all dismissed by analytic philosophers as emotive statements, not genuine knowledge claims. Analytic philosophy is rigorous, precise, and deeply connected to language. which is exactly why it becomes so important when we later study the philosophy of language. Many of the key debates in our course about meaning, reference, and truth comes directly from analytic tradition. So we will be discussing this in detail in the later videos. What we did today. Today we explored what philosophy actually means at three levels. Etymologically, philosophy is the love of wisdom. Common sense philosophy is a personal list of beliefs and attitudes. Professional philosophy is rational, systematic, and it is a reflection on the deeper questions of human experience. And we identified today three modes of philosophy: critical, thinking about thinking; speculative, building a complete picture of the reality from all human knowledge; analytic, finding meaning through logical and empirical verification. So here is the insight I want you to carry forward. Philosophy is not a collection of answers. It is the discipline of better questions. And the philosopher is not someone who knows everything. They are someone who refuses to stop asking questions. We will be discussing the characteristics of philosophy in the next video. So stay connected, share this lecture with your friends, and leave your questions in the comments below if you have any. Until next time, think carefully, question honestly. Thank you so much.